We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. He who is cruel to animals becomes hard also in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. Act in such a way that you treat humanity, whether in your own person or in the person of any other, never merely as a means to an end, but always at the same time as an end. Enlightenment is man's release from his self-incurred tutelage. Tutelage is man's inability to make use of his understanding without direction from another. Self-incurred is this tutelage when its cause lies not in lack of reason but in lack of resolution and courage to use it without direction from another. Sapere have courage to use your own reason. That is the motto of enlightenment. Look closely. The beautiful may be small. I had to deny knowledge in order to make room for faith. Two things fill the mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe. The more often and the more intensely the mind of thought is drawn to them, the starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Two things fill the mind with ever new and increasing admiration and awe. The more often and steadily we reflect upon them, the starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. I do not seek or conjecture either of them as if they were veiled obscurities or extravagances beyond the horizon of my vision. I see them before me and connect them immediately with the consciousness of my existence. Whereas the beautiful is limited, the sublime is limitless, so that the mind in the presence of the sublime, attempting to imagine what it cannot, has pain in the failure but pleasure in contemplating the immensity of the attempt.
If you have any suggestions for us, leave a message in the comments field.
For peace to reign on Earth, humans must evolve into new beings who have learned to see the whole first. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Seek not the favor of the multitude, it is seldom got by honest and lawful means. But seek the testimony of few, and number not voices, but weigh them. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. Genius is the ability to independently arrive at and understand concepts that would normally have to be taught by another person. Laziness and cowardice are the reasons why so great a portion of mankind, after nature has long since discharged them from external direction, natural leader may read, nevertheless remains under lifelong tutelage, and why it is so easy for others to set themselves up as their guardians. It is so easy not to be of age. If I have a book which understands for me, a pastor who has a conscience for me, a physician who decides my diet, and so forth, I need not trouble myself. I need not think. If I can only pay, others will easily undertake the irksome work for me. That the step to competence is held to be very dangerous by the far greater portion of mankind. But only he who, himself enlightened, is not afraid of shadows. Immanuel Kant, an answer to the question, what is enlightenment? Space and time are the framework within which the mind is constrained to construct its experience of reality. Have patience a while. Slanders are not long-lived. Truth is the child of time. Ere long she shall appear to vindicate thee. The reading of all good books is like a conversation with the finest minds of past centuries.
Please like and share this video. If you have any suggestions,
But to unite in a
leave
permanent
message in the comments
religious
below.
institution
Always
which
support
is
us by
not to
clicking
be
the subscribe
subject
button,
to
because it
doubt
means a
before
lot
the
to us.
public, even
To
in
the
the
next
lifetime
video.
of one
See you.
man, and thereby to make a period of time fruitless in the progress of mankind toward improvement, thus working to the disadvantage of posterity, that is absolutely forbidden. For himself, and only for a short time, a man may postpone enlightenment in what he ought to know. But to renounce it for posterity is to injure and trample on the rights of mankind. Have the courage to use your own reason. That is the motto of enlightenment. Foundations of the Metaphysics of Morals, 1785. New prejudices will serve as well as old ones to harness the great unthinking masses. For this enlightenment, however, nothing is required but freedom, and indeed the most harmless among all the things to which this term can properly be applied. It is the freedom to make public use of one's reason at every point. But I hear on all sides, do not argue. The officer says, do not argue but drill. The tax collector, do not argue but pay. The cleric, do not argue but believe. Only one prince in the world says, argue as much as you will, and about what you will, but obey. Everywhere there is restriction on freedom. Act only according to that maxim, whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law.